And hello, YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of the Zone TV Movie Entertainment with me, your host, Jonathan, once again bringing you another review, this time for the brand new Marvel special, Guardians of the Galaxy, A Christmas, or Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. The Christmas episode, you know which one I'm talking about. Anyway, this is directed by James Gunn, aka the director of DC film, the new DC Kevin Feige. just kidding, Marvel fans, calm down. Yeah, it is very strange that a Marvel guys now run DC movies, but go figure. So let's talk about this Christmas special, because honestly, I can't tell if this movie, this whole little short was the best thing I've ever seen from Marvel done when it comes to these shorts, or the weakest. But let's talk about it. So in this whole special, we get to see Peter Quill. You know, this is a couple, maybe them just leaving Thor. We really don't know exactly where it actually takes place in between, Thor Love and Thunder, when they left Thor, and before Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, because we really don't know anything yet about Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 yet, but we are going to start seeing some stuff soon. And we see Peter Quill, it's kind of down, the fact that, he doesn't have Gamora. She's out there, but it's not really his Gamora. He misses Christmas. We get a story of how Peter was growing up with Christmas with Yondu, and Yondu pretty much was like, "What's Christmas? Isn't that time for us to be, wrapping presents or whatever? We need to work what we get," kind of person. Being a Scrooge in a way. So we get to see all that. That's pretty cool. But then Drax and Mantis, they get the idea of they should go get some kind of present for Peter, because he loves Christmas so much. They want to get him a present, so they want to cheer him up. So they decide to go to Earth and abduct is such a strong word to say, but I say kind of influence the one and only Kevin Bacon to come with them to Peter Quill and to spend time with him during the holidays. Because they always heard the stories of how Peter Quill tells, how Kevin Bacon was in Footloose and all the other movies that he's been a part of, and being his hero, thinking that he's the greatest hero on Earth. So they decided to go over there, Mantis and Drax. They get into a little mischief. They go to a club, and spoilers alert, just in case. Sorry, but they go to a little club. They start drinking, having a good time. They meet with some people in LA, thinking that they're just costume people who dressed up as the Avengers, and take pictures and all that. So we get to see all that pretty cool stuff. And then of course they meet Kevin Bacon, and all the whole adventure begins when Kevin Bacon gets freaked out and he starts trying to run from them, and they literally take him to Peter Quill, and then Peter Quill is wondering why his childhood idol is literally there. Although seeing that was funny. I mean, I thought this whole episode, this whole little special was great. I mean, it got to give us the spirit of Christmas, but also giving us Kevin Bacon as Kevin Bacon in the MCU. So I thought that worked really well. I thought the whole premise of this was pretty cool. I mean, it did start off kind of weak in a way, only because, we didn't get too much of, okay, is anything here gonna set up Guardians 3? We didn't get any of that, which is okay, but it did feel like, wow, this could have been like maybe a YouTube special, but it just felt weird to me in a way. It just felt very, very slow, to the point where I was just like, why are we getting this again? Is this actually just set up episode, the third Guardians of the Galaxy, or is this actually going to set up something else? But there's actually a big secret in here. I won't spoil the secret that Mantis is holding from Peter Quill that could or could not influence the third movie, in any way. So when you watch it, I'll let you guys decide that could or could it, who knows. But yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting, them kind of tying that into the other movie, that little announcement that she had to make to Peter, but I won't say what it is. I honestly thought it was great. First of all, it was funny. Kevin Bacon was hilarious. Kevin Bacon's great. I think when you put Kevin Bacon in anything, the guy can deliver. The guy's great. I do wish there's one thing here I kind of wish we would have gotten. I kind of wish they would have gotten David Hasselhoff as well. Because remember, he was also talking about David Hasselhoff in the other movies as well. So that would have been funny having Kevin Bacon and David Hasselhoff get both kidnapped for Peter Quill for Christmas. That would have been hilarious. They got to exchange presents together for Christmas, so that was pretty cool. Rocket got a pretty sweet gift I thought was hilarious. So when you watch that, that was like the funniest thing I thought I saw. From Rocket's point of view, I thought it was great. Cosmo the dog was in here, so we got to see that. That was kind of special. Groot looks jacked. That was pretty interesting. So he's growing up, so he'll be fully Groot when we get to Guardians 3. So there's that. I do wish we would have got a little bit more Nebula, but we didn't really get that much, but that's okay. A little bit more Peter Quill too, but that's okay. Like I said, it was more about just Mantis and Drax trying to get Peter a gift because he was still bummed out. But other than that, and I thought this little short was fun. It was great. There was some stuff in here that I thought was just a little off, only because I kind of wish they just would have just went live action. But I guess they had a certain budget, so I'm not sure. They kind of had like a I don't want to say cheesy animated moment where they talk about Peter's past when he was a kid, talking about Christmas. But yeah, the animation was okay. It wasn't great, but I kind of wish they would have just done that live action. But that's my only negative to this, and what can you do? But overall, I thought this was fun. There was a lot of funny moments in here. I laughed. Would I go back and watch it again? Sure, I'll watch it again. It was a fun time. But we'll see what happens. I don't know how many of these specials they're gonna do, but hopefully some are better than others. And also, to be honest, I'm kind of glad they didn't really quote unquote tie so much into for the MCU. I kind of glad that this was like its own little thing. Yeah, it's gonna tie in. It's gonna continue when it goes to Guardians 3. Maybe there'll be a reference about it in the movie. But I am kind of glad it wasn't so. Oh yeah, so yeah, but you see, it's not in this. I'm just saying, for example, you see Peter Quill talking. Oh man, I heard about Galactus. Heard this guy's already causing trouble out there in the galaxy. Setting up him for the future. Didn't set any of that up, so I'm kind of glad we didn't get that because I didn't want them to take the special out of the special. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of glad they didn't do that. So I hope we get more of that in future special MCU stuff. I love the MCU when they tie in stuff, but sometimes we could take a little break and do something else. And Swamp Thing. Werewolf by Night was a great example of them setting up something, but not really setting it up. You know what I mean? Yeah, they're setting up the world of those creatures, but we're not gonna worry about them until when it's time. So I'm kind of glad they did that. So same thing here. So hopefully when we see Guardians 3, small references, especially this one big reference that they have to address in the movie. And I get that, but I'm kind of glad it wasn't like, oh, here comes the next big villain, and here comes the next big villain, or something weird like that. But I'm kind of glad they did that. So it was a lot of it was a fun little time. I enjoy. I will go back and watch this again. So leave me a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought about the special. Did you guys enjoy it as much as I did? Did you guys thought it was just a waste of time? Leave me a comment below. Let me know what you guys thought. Stay tuned for more. And thank you very much. And have a good night.